Well, the Rockies offense just won't quit. Came back from a 7-run deficit in their last road trip against the Tigers. Nearly came back from an 11-0 Reds lead in yesterday's ballgame. So I think we figured out that 10 runs is enough and the Rockies can come back. But 12-11 Reds was your final last night. Rockies will turn to John Gray. He needs a good start. This is his 8th of the year, 2-4 record, 5.11 ERA, 37 innings pitched, 24 strikeouts against 14 walks. It's not as many strikeouts as we're used to seeing from the Gray Wolf, 39 hits allowed and a 143 whip. So Gray and Marquez have really been the two Rockies starters that have been struggling the most, and those are typically the most consistent Rockies starters. Dom Thompson-Williams will lead things off. 276 on the year, led off the game with a triple yesterday on the first pitch against Chichi Gonzalez. First pitch from Gray is taken outside, ball one. Rockies now back at the 500 mark. It seems like the game is just, they're at 500. They move as many as 2 or 3 or 4 games above, then fall right back down. Then now it's up to the Rockies to once again get above the 500 mark. 1-0 pitch coming is going to miss low and away. You saw Raimel Tapia getting the start in left field today, a day off for Ian Desmond, who's been fighting it a little bit at the plate lately. Tapia has been fighting it as well. On the year, Desmond is hitting .294 against left-handed pitchers under the Mendoza line against righties. Look at our game time weather. Clear skies, 42 degrees right now. A very nice night at Coors Field. Raimel Tapia is 0 for 8 against lefties. And all of his hits, not a whole lot. He's hitting just over 200 against righties. So we'll see if maybe a platoon situation is what's going to be tried out for the time being by Rockies manager Bud Black. It's 2-2 on Dom Thompson-Williams. The delivery is taken low, full count. Waiting on deck is Nick Senzel. Did not start in the game yesterday. He gets in there today. 3-2 delivery is swung on and lined towards right field. That's going to get down, and it's going to be off the wall. Blackman will play it, and a big turn around second, but that's just going to be a double for Dom Thompson-Williams to lead things off. His 4th of the year. And this guy, making his major league debut this year, coming over from the Mariners in a simulated trade, he has been really what the Reds wanted and more for their center fielder. Nick Senzel, the batter now. 214 on the year. First pitch from Gray is taken high. Senzel, former top prospect. 1 home run on the year, 2 runs batted in, a .674 OPS. Reds still looking to get some of that top prospect achievement to translate into the major leagues. 1-0 pitch is going to miss low. Senzel ahead in the count 2-0, capable of playing middle infield or outfield as well. 2-0 pitch is swung on and chopped towards the second baseman. McMahon, off balance throw will get Senzel. Advancing to third is Thompson-Williams. That's out number 1, and we're going to look at the rest of the Reds lineup now. So Thompson-Williams is in center, Nick Senzel at second, batting third, the third baseman Eugenio Suarez. Batting cleanup, the first baseman Joey Votto. Batting fifth, the catcher Tucker Barnhart. Batting sixth, the shortstop Freddy Galvis. Batting seventh in right field, Derek Dietrich. Batting eighth, the left fielder Phillip Ervin. So a different looking lineup today for the Reds compared to yesterday. Suarez is batting third. He takes first pitch low. Votto is moving down to the cleanup spot. Suarez in a 7-game hitting streak. He's hitting .263, 11 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Padded some of those numbers yesterday as much of, well, the offense for both sides really got going. Rockies offense didn't get it going until the 6th. Scored 11 runs between the 6th and 9th innings. 11 runs in the first 6 innings of the ball game for the Reds, and they scored a 12th on the second home run of the day for Freddy Galvis in the 9th. And if Galvis had not hit that second home run of the day in the 9th, we would be talking about perhaps a different result in that ball game, as the Rockies came back and scored their 11th run on a Charlie Blackmon home run in the bottom of the 9th. Nolan Arenado flied out to end the game, and Rockies were not able to come back from that 11-run deficit. 2-1 pitch to Suarez is swung on and chopped foul at the plate. Gray's 2-2 is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes, and that is out number 2. First strikeout of the day for John Gray. So the Reds taking game one of this 4-game series. Rockies will try to win their first game on the homestand here. Batter will be Joey Votto, who was batting second in yesterday's ball game. 254 overall. First pitch from Gray is swung on and missed. Good curveball from Gray. Don't typically see first pitch swings and misses from this guy. Future Hall of Famer Joey Votto, one of the better eyes in the history of the game. Second round pick in the 2002 draft by the Reds, and he has been worth it and then some for Cincinnati. 1-1 pitch is swung on and skied toward shallow left field. Tapia is coming in. He will get there to make the catch. And a leadoff double, Gray strands Thompson Williams. And the Rockies will have a chance to get on the board first in the bottom half of the first inning. Sonny Gray in the Battle of the Grays. Gray getting the start for Cincinnati. He's off to a good start to this year. A really good year with Cincinnati last year for him after a rough stretch of baseball with the Yankees. This year, 41 2/3 innings, 2.81 ERA, 38 strikeouts against 19 walks. Started his career with the Oakland Athletics and pitched very well for them, then really struggled in his first go-around with the Yankees, and with the Reds, figured things out. David Dahl's on a 5-game hitting streak. Good game yesterday. 264 with 3 home runs, 12 driven in. He homered, his 3rd home run of the year yesterday. He appears to be turning things on at the plate. Back in the leadoff spot is Dahl. First pitch from Sonny Gray is taken for a strike on the outside corner. Reds improving to 22-15, remain at first in the National League Central at this juncture. Look at Senzel and Irvin, a couple of the Reds who did not play in yesterday's ball game. 0-1 delivery is taken low. Mike Moustakas, having to leave yesterday's ball game, did not get placed on the injured list. Josh Van Meter replaced him, but he's not in the starting lineup today, either of them. Dahl swings and misses for strike 2. One-two delivery is check swing, a pitch low and away. Dahl held up. Barnhart catching today. Yesterday it was Kurt Casale, though Barnhart did get a pinch hit plate appearance. 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. That's out number 1. Changeup gets Dahl for the first out and first strikeout of the game for Sonny Gray, and Trevor Story, the batter. He did have a good day yesterday, hit his 3rd home run of the year at home, 7th overall, but still hitting much better on the road, 333. The overall average up to 279, 7 homers, 21 driven in. Story is really, he's just been getting hot, I think, when he's been on the road, because he continued it into yesterday's ball game. I don't think it's really a factor of is it at Coors Field or not. I just think he's had some ebbs and flows in his performance this season, and sometimes he's just been hotter when on the road. 1-0 pitch coming from Gray to Story is check swing, and that's a strike. 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Gray that time. Gray's 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. And swung on and fouled out of play. We'll do it again. Story Silver Slugger Award winner last year, looking to get those numbers back into that territory again here in 2020. He swings and grounds one towards second base. Senzel up with the ball, throws to first, and that's out number 2. Rest of the lineup for the Rockies: Dahl, Story batting 3rd, the right fielder Charlie Blackmon batting cleanup, the 3rd baseman Nolan Arenado batting 5th, at first base Daniel Murphy batting 6th, at second base Ryan McMahon batting 7th, in left field is Raimel Tapia today, batting 8th the catcher Tony Wolters, and batting 9th your starting pitcher, the 077 batter John Gray. But he need not feel bad about that. His job is just to get outs on the mound. First pitch to Charlie Blackmon, hitting 294, is taken just a little bit low. Blackmon, a home run in yesterday's ball game, brought the Rockies to within a run in the bottom of the 9th after Trevor Story had a 2-run home run before him. There's a pitch low, 2-0. Blackman sitting on 1,284 career hits across parts of 9 seasons, all with the Rockies. 2-0 delivery is swung on and hit in the air towards left field. Going back on this one is Irvin. He is at the track. He is looking up, and it's off the wall. Blackman will cruise into second base with a 2-out double here in the bottom of the first. First hit of the day for the Rockies. And Nolan Arenado will be the batter. Nice opposite field swing there for Charlie Blackman. Nearly rode that one out of the ballpark. Nolan Arenado will bat with the runner in scoring position. Doing better at home, 393, 294 on the road, 333 overall, 11 home runs, 31 runs batted in for the talented third baseman for the Rockies. No slouch on the road either, though. Sonny Gray's first pitch is taken for a strike. 47 hits on the year for Arenado, leads the Rockies, and is also tied for 7th place in the National League. Blackman on second base. Gray takes a look over there and gets ready to deliver an 0-1 to Arenado. It's swung on and fouled out of play. Quickly 0-2 on Nolan Arenado. Made the final out of yesterday's ballgame after it was looking like, well, Rockies came back, and they might as well have decided to win that game after how far they had to fight back. Swing and a miss. Arenado strikes out, and that will retire the side after an inning of play. It's a scoreless ball game. Tucker Barnhart leads off the second, 333 on the year, a homer, 12 driven in. Really nice numbers for the primary catcher for the Reds, Kurt Casale, doing fairly well for himself on offense as well. First pitch from John Gray is swung on and skied toward shallow left field. Coming in is Tapia. He will make the catch. One pitch, one out here in the top of the second for John Gray. Rockies defense, left to right in the outfield. We mentioned Raimel Tapia getting the start today. David Dahl in center, Charlie Blackman in right. Infield corner is the perennial Gold Glove winner, Nolan Arenado, every single year of his career. Daniel Murphy at first. Up the middle double play combination is Trevor Story and Ryan McMahon, and the battery consists of the catcher, Tony Wolters, and the starting pitcher, John Gray. In the Gray versus Gray matchup, both putting up goose eggs in their first innings. First pitch to Freddy Galvis is taken for a strike. Galvis, 4 home runs, 2 of which came in yesterday's ball game. It's 4th on the Reds. Homering off of Chichi Gonzalez and Jairo Diaz yesterday was the former Blue Jay, former Philly, Freddy Galvis. 0-1 pitch is taken for a strike. Quickly 0-2 on Galvis, 226 on the year. Also spent some time with the Padres. And that pitch misses inside. It's away, and the count evens at 2. The Gray Wolf is hungry. They stylize it G-R-E-Y. Though Gray spells it G-R-A-Y. I suppose for Gray Wolf it's grammatically correct to put G-R-E-Y, but Gray, I mean, if he spells his name that way, I think it would be appropriate to spell it G-R-A-Y, but oh well. Trevor Story makes an error, and that's an E6, and the Rockies, you saw they were last place in the National League still in terms of fielding percentage, and it will not increase there. Not sure what has been going on with the Rockies defense this year, especially around the infield. I guess the outfield has been responsible for some misplays as well, so we've seen some balls getting by outfielders trying to play hops. But we've seen not just Trevor Story, but Ryan McMahon, Daniel Murphy, even Nolan Arenado hasn't been the cleanest offensively, as Derek Dietrich is only batting 190 on the year, but you saw really good numbers in his career against John Gray, 7 for 17 for the power-hitting utility player Derek Dietrich, former Miami Marlin. There's a strike of the knees, 1-1 the count. One pitch is taken for a strike on the inside corner. Only a 190 batting average, but Dietrich did not hit for a whole lot of average last year either and still was able to put up solid power numbers. 1-2 pitch is swung on and skied towards left field. Tapia over towards the line. He will get there, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Phillip Ervin getting his first appearance of the series, 250 on the year, no home runs, 8 driven in. The left fielder will bat with 2 outs, runner on first base against John Gray here in the top of the second. First pitch is going to miss a low ball 1. Ervin was the first-round pick in the 2013 draft by the Reds. The 1-0 from Gray is swung on and fouled back to the screen. Next pitch will be the 30th of the day for John Gray here with 2 outs in the top of the second in the Gray versus Gray duel. Sonny v. John. Team John over here. Pitch misses low, and it's a hitter's count now on Ervin. That swung on and pulled foul. 97-mile-an-hour fastball from Gray. And swing and a miss, he got him on strikes. Another good job by Gray to work around a base runner. And that will retire the side. The K-Wolf, we go to the bottom of the second, scoreless, with Murphy, McMahon, and Tapia getting their first licks of the day. Daniel Murphy leads things off. 283, 2 home runs, 14 runs batted in. That ranks 5th on the Rockies. It's not in bad shape, 14 RBI at this point in the season. Lots of Rockies driving in lots of runs. Chiefly, of course, is Nolan Arenado, close to among the league leaders with his 31 runs batted in on the year. First pitch from Sonny Gray here is taken for a strike. Murphy, 13th round pick in the 2006 draft by the Mets. Time with the Nationals, Cubs, a brief spell, and now in his second year with the Rockies. Option for a third year. 0-1 pitch coming from Sonny Gray is going to be high. 94-mile-an-hour fastball misses. And we'll see what comes on a 1-1 pitch now from Gray to Murphy. It swung on and chopped foul. We'll see which Gray cracks first after both have not given up any runs yet. 1-2 is taken low and away. Gray into his motion windup, and the 2-2 pitch is just a bit inside, and the count goes full. Ryan McMahon is waiting on deck. The 3-2 pitch is high, ball 4. He walked him, leadoff walk to Daniel Murphy. Tony Wolf over at Fangraphs last summer wrote an article called "Sunny Days Have Returned for Sonny Gray," and that has definitely been the case ever since he went over to Cincinnati. Very solid numbers for him last year, and very quietly. Gray picked up 7.4 WAR from 2014 to 15 with the Oakland A's. He finished 3rd in Cy Young voting in 2015. His ERA went all the way up to 5.69 in 2016, but then he got back to another 3-WAR season between Oakland and New York the following year. And then his 2018 season was ridiculous, and we're talking about his home road splits especially. Not very good numbers when pitching at Yankee Stadium. Red Reporter, or Tony Wolf also wrote for our sister site, Red Reporter, SB Nation's Cincinnati Reds affiliate. McMahon swings at a fly ball to left field. Going back on this one is Ervin in front of the track, though he'll get there to make the catch. That's out number 1. So look at the defense now for the Reds. Left to right in the outfield, Phillip Ervin, Dom Thompson-Williams. Name doesn't fit on the whole screen there. Derek Dietrich in right. Infield corners, Eugenio Suarez and Joey Votto. Up the middle, double play combination, Freddy Galvis and Nick Senzel. And the battery is Tucker Barnhart, the catcher, and Sonny Gray. The pitcher, Raimel Tapia, gets his first at bat of the day. Only 167 on the year, looking to bring that average up. Pitch misses outside. We've talked a bit about fielding independent pitching, which is just a way to normalize. It's measured the same way as ERA, but a way to just look at fielding independent plays like strikeouts, walks, and home runs to determine the potential true talent There's a ground ball hit to first base on a hop to Votto, goes to second for one return throw, and that is a double play. We'll talk more about Sonny Gray. We'll wait until the bottom of the third when Gray is pitching again. He's going to lead off in the third, though. Here is Sonny Gray. He and John Gray are both batting .077 on the year. Sonny leads off the third inning. First pitch from John Gray is taken for a strike. What the heck? We'll talk a little bit more about the home road splits. So when we look at the fielding independent pitching mark for 2018, Gray at home, Sonny Gray, had a fielding independent pitching mark of .598, which was the worst in baseball. But on the road, his fielding independent pitching was .265. That is 8th best in baseball. Pitch inside. So he was better by 3.39 runs on the road, and that is a higher margin, was a higher margin than any other player by quite a long shot. Weighted on base average of .399, also the highest of any pitchers to throw 40 home innings or more as a starter in 2018. And his road weighted on base average of .274 was 32nd best in baseball. At Yankee Stadium, he struck out 6.8 batters per 9 innings, walked 5.3 per 9, allowed 1.7 home runs per 9, and had a .698 ERA. On the road, he struck out 9.89 batters per 9, walked 2.8, allowed 0.4 home runs, had an ERA of .317. So he was better than Garrett Cole, Blake Snell, and Clayton Kershaw on the road in 2018. Just could not figure things out at home as there's a swing and a miss. Thompson Williams strikes out, and Gray picks up his 4th strikeout, second of the inning.
The batter, number 50, second baseman.
And in terms of 2017, when we look at some of the splits by ballpark, Yankee Stadium was the most hitter-friendly park with regards to home runs, so it's not all, and yeah, it was not Coors Field, believe it or not, and so we shouldn't be surprised that a pitcher struggles more at home, but in actuality in 2018, most Yankees pitchers actually did pitch pretty well at home. And just a little bit worse at home than on the road, but very similar. And certainly nowhere near Sonny Gray's splits. Swinging a high fly ball towards left field. Tapia is going back. He's got it in range. He'll make the catch, and that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the third inning, scoreless, Reds and Rockies. Here's how the Rockies are doing in terms of hitting. They've done pretty well for themselves. Second place in the National League in slugging, third in runs per game with 4.58. They are 12th in average and actually second worst in on-base percentage, also last in stolen bases, 4th in home runs. So Rockies have been hitting for power. Some of the other offensive categories not as good, but they've certainly been scoring their fair share of runs. Tony Wolters leads things off, 187 on the year, 9 runs batted in. So Sonny Gray looking at very different results ever since coming over to Cincinnati. Part of that might be his old college coach, Derek Johnson, is Cincinnati's pitching coach. There's a strike to Wolters, so perhaps just a little bit more comfort for him in that regard. But Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati is also an extremely hitter-friendly ballpark. So it wasn't necessarily, he just needs to pitch in a pitcher's park. Pitches high. And I'm of a mind, as we've seen with Rockies pitchers. Good pitchers pitch good, no matter where you put them. Obviously, there's going to be some involvement from Coors Field, making it easier to get some offense going, as well as parks like Yankee Stadium, Minute Maid Park, where the Astros play, Great American Ballpark. But Sonny Gray was a lot better and has been ever since going over to the Cincinnati Reds. There's a strike, count evens at 2 on Tony Wolters. So So some potential concerns, or what went wrong for Gray? Was it the yips? He's also, Kurt Casale is not starting today, but Kurt Casale, as Walters grounds one to second base for out number 1. Kurt Casale, who started as catcher yesterday, is also a fellow Vanderbilt alum along with Sonny Gray. National League Central right now, Reds and Pirates are tied for first place. Not what many expected to see going into this season. Still a lot of time left, and it's a really bunched up division. 1 game back are the Brewers, 3 back are the Chicago Cubs, and then 4 back are the Cubs at just a game under 500. So a lot could change in a short amount of time for the National League Central. John Gray, the batter. Swings and skies one toward center field. That is out number 2.
Now batting, center fielder.
And the lineup will turn over for David Dahl. Also on the Reds is another former Vanderbilt alum in Caleb Cotham. He's their pitching assistant. Reds signed a very interesting deal with Sonny Gray. It was a 3-year, $30 million extension through 2022 with a $12 million club option for 2023. A 1 pitch to Dahl is swung on a miss. He's quickly down 0-2. Sonny Gray now 30 years of age. And a very inspiring year for him in 2018. High spin rates, according to this article at Fangraphs. So swinging a ground ball hit. Nice play by Galvis to pick that one, and that'll retire the side. Gray got more spin on his breaking ball than ever before last year. And we're through 3 innings. We'll talk more about Sonny Gray when we return. We're back. I'm just so excited to talk to you more about Sonny Gray. First pitch from John Gray is taken outside, ball 1 to Eugenio Suarez. So Sonny Gray, we mentioned those high spin rates, best of his career in 2019, and he had some of the best slider and curve movement in the majors last year. Now this was written in at the very end of July. So this isn't how the season ended, but at the time, and this is the vast majority of the season, and Gray, his numbers didn't change a whole lot, but he had the 3rd best horizontal movement and 15th best vertical movement in the majors with his slider. Horizontal movement on his curveball ranked 11th. At the time, his slider was resulting in a 148 weighted on base average from opponents. His curveball, 203. That was the best ever value he got from his slider and best ever value from his curveball since his 2013 campaign. And perhaps that was all that was needed, as there's a pitch high to Suarez, leadoff walk, Joey Votto coming up. All that was needed for Sonny Gray because his velocity was very much the same. Same for the plate discipline numbers, chase rate, and contact rate. So he was 5th in baseball in ground ball percentage at 54%. Walk rate was not impressive, but notable consistency otherwise. And really, across the board, he was among the 10 to 20 best pitchers in baseball last year. And Yankees were shopping him hard because they were so concerned about him being able to stick in a rotation. And not many teams are willing to take a gamble on him, but look what happened when the Reds did. In some categories, he was actually ranked better than he was in his 2015 season when he nearly won the Cy Young Award, when he was 3rd place. Actually ranked better in terms of expected fielding independent pitching, better in terms of strikeouts per 9. Hey, road to the show report for the Rockies. We finally get to look at one for the Rockies organization. Albuquerque Isotopes are 16-12. Josh Fuentes, he's on a stretch over his last 10 games, hitting .437, 3 homers, 5 driven in. Yard Goats are 14-13. Ryan Castellani's been putting up good numbers on the starting rotation for the Isotopes as well. His ERA is under 3 right now. Tucker Barnhart will bat. Back to Sonny Gray, his 2019 compared to his 2015 season when he was third in Cy Young voting was better in terms of home run per 9, better in terms of ground ball percentage. So a lot worked out for him. His ERA was outstanding in both years. He was still a great ground ball pitcher. But overall, the 2019 version seems to be the better version than the one that was worthy of Cy Young consideration, and the one that a lot of fans were saying, well, this guy is the ace of the Oakland A's back in 2015. Suarez swings and lines one towards right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Rather, that is Tucker Barnhart. Excuse me. Suarez is going to move up to second base. Freddy Galvis will be the batter. In 2015, Sonny Gray threw 208 innings, the 17th highest total in baseball. Didn't throw quite as many innings in 2019. Galvis swings and hits a high fly ball to deep right field, and that ball is gone. Third home run of the series for Freddy Galvis. Rockies might want to think about walking this guy. 5th homer of the year. And now it's 3-0 Reds lead for Sonny Gray as John Gray surrenders the first runs of the ballgame. 420 feet off the bat, 97.5 mile per hour exit velocity for Freddy Galvis, scoring Barnhart and Suarez ahead of him. Blackman barely even moved on that one. And into the bullpen area. Now it is 3-0 Reds. And Derek Dietrich, the batter, he's 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch from Gray is taken outside. So yeah, Sonny Gray, very good last year, and Cincinnati Reds have been very lucky to have him. A starting rotation that actually really impressed last year for the Cincinnati Reds, despite initial concerns. Luis Castillo, we mentioned, another part of that, and Trevor Bauer, we saw yesterday, certainly helps them out as well. It was actually their offense that struggled a lot last year, despite really great performances from guys like Aristides Aquino and Eugenio Suarez. Hoping the additions of Mike Moustakas and Nick Castellanos help out this year. 2-1 pitch to Dietrich is taken outside, 3-1. Phillip Ervin waiting on deck. Three 3-0 Reds after the 3-run home run from Freddy Galvis here in the top of the 4th. And that's swung on and missed. Full count now. Gray has struggled this inning. 22 pitches, 13 have missed the zone, only 9 for strikes. And the biggest at-bat of the day so far has been Freddy Galvis, coming up with a couple men on and homering to deep right field. Now it is 3-0 Reds, and the 3-2 pitch to Dietrich is swung on and pulled foul. Gray into his motion. The windup and the 3-2 pitch is swung on and pulled right to the first baseman. Murphy will take it himself for out number 2. Phillip Ervin will bat now. 2 outs, no one on. He struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Slash on the year 247, 310, 286 for the Reds left fielder. First pitch from Gray to Ervin is swung on and popped up. The catcher Walters into fair territory. Cam Sunder makes the catch, and that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 3-0 Reds, thanks to Freddy Galvis hitting a three-run tater to deep right field. Nolan Arenado leads off the bottom of the fourth inning, grounded out his first time up. 2 for 6 in the series, couple hits yesterday, one of those a home run. As the Rockies tried to come back late in yesterday's ball game, but too little too late. Trevor Story, I don't know why I said Nolan Arenado. I just wanted to say Nolan Arenado. Trevor Story did homer yesterday as well. Arenado and Story both homering. And that pitch is going to miss low and away, 2-0. Story's 2-run home run made it a 12-10 ball game in the bottom of the ninth yesterday. He takes a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike, the count.
2-1 is considered a hitter's count. And Sonny Gray's 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. I mixed up Story and Arenado. I haven't even mixed up Sonny and John Gray yet. So make what you will out of that. 2-2 pitch coming to Trevor Story is swung on and fouled out of play. Count evens at 2. Blackman and Dahl also homering in yesterday's ball game. A game in which the Reds initially had an 11-0 lead. Then it was 11-7, then it was 12-7 Reds, and then it was 12-11 Reds, your final. Another 2-2 pitch will be coming to Trevor Story. Swing and a miss, he got him on strikes. That is out number 1. Good 12-6 curveball from Sonny Gray, his 3rd strikeout of the game. First out here in the bottom of the 4th. And Charlie Blackman will be the batter. He doubled his first time up to deep left field off the wall. First pitch from Sonny Gray is taken low and away. Blackman slash 299, 364, 569 on the year. Looking very much like the Charlie Blackman we've come to know after a slow start. Gray's 1-0 is taken for a strike. Blackman on a really good stretch right now, 13 for his last 36 at the plate. That's a 361 average over his last 8 games. The 1-1 is swung on and fouled the other way. 29 of 46 pitches for strikes now from Sonny Gray, who has the upper hand in the battle of the Grays thus far. 1-2 pitch is taken inside. 3-run home run for Freddy Galvis in the top of the 4th, getting Cincinnati on the board first. Galvis has 3 home runs in the series, 5 on the year. 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. First 2 batters Sonny Gray faces here in the bottom of the 4th go down by way of the K. It's the 4th strikeout of the game. Blackman goes down. And now Nolan Arenado will bat. Well, the hope is we can get something going against Sonny Gray and then get into the Reds bullpen. We saw what the Reds bullpen had to offer last night, and it was pretty good looking for the Rockies against that bullpen after Trevor Bauer finally get out of the game. Next pitch will be the 50th of the day for Sonny Gray here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs, and that's in there for a called strike. Mentioned Arenado, 47 hits on the year, is towards the top 10 in the National League. First on the Rockies, 1-1 pitch from Sonny Gray is swung on and missed, pitch in the dirt. Arenado chases a curveball. Mentioned that curveball really working for Sonny Gray last year and looks like more of the same this year, judging by that swing from one of the best hitters in the game. 1-2 pitch is swung on and grounded weakly towards first base. Votto will flip towards Sonny Gray covering, and that'll retire the side. We're through 4 innings. It's 3-0 Reds. John Gray will try to prevent Sonny Gray from getting on base to lead off the 5th. Sonny Gray struck out his first time up, so he's 0 for 1 on the day. That was back in the 3rd inning. John Gray goes back to work for his 5th inning of work. Next pitch will be the 69th of the day for John Gray. 3-0 Reds. Sonny Gray 1 for 14 at the plate this season. Briskly played game so far. First pitch strike on the inside corner, which Sonny Gray acquired from the New York Yankees prior to the 2019 season. Yankees did not want much to do with his services, but Reds certainly are happy with what they have received from him. As it is the fifth inning, we'll take a look at some scores around baseball. 1-0 Cubs beat the Nationals as Gray strikes out against Gray. Gray strikes out Gray for his 6th strikeout of the game.
Now batting, the center fielder, Dom.
That'll bring up Dom Thompson-Williams. John Lester in that Cubs-Nats game went 7 innings. Right now in the 8th inning, it's 8-4 Pirates leading the Phillies, a battle of the Pennsylvania teams. Neil Walker has hit his 5th home run against his former team. Brian Reynolds with his 3rd home run for Pittsburgh. 4-0 Marlins lead the Braves. They're in the 8th. .1-0 delivery is swung on and grounded into right field, a base hit. It's a 1-out single for Dom Thompson-Williams here in the top of the 5th. 3-2 Brewers lead the Diamondbacks right now. Christian Walker is homered for Arizona in what is so far a losing cause. 4-0 Cardinals lead the Mets in the 5th inning. Swinging a ground ball to second base. McMahon goes to second for 1, back to first, and that is a double play. Nicely done. 4-6-3 double play. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Murphy, McMahon, and Tapia trying to get things going in a 3-0 Reds lead. Manager for the Rockies, Bud Black, talking things over with pitching coach for the Rockies, Steve Foster, in the dugout for the Rockies. And first baseman for the Rockies, Daniel Murphy, will lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th. He drew a walk to lead things off in the 2nd inning, his first time up. Was not able to score, as you can see by the 0 to the right of the COL, which stands for Colorado in the score bug. Sonny Gray back to work. 283 batter Murphy. First pitch is taken outside, ball 1. Murphy, very good last stretch. 7 for his last 18 at the plate. That's a .389 average. Really beat up on the Tigers. It was a stretch where the last homestand against the Brewers and White Sox, and then the first series of the road trip in Philly, Daniel Murphy did not have a single hit, but he certainly made up for that. Pitch inside, 2-0. More scores around baseball. 7-2 Rangers lead the Rays right now, and in the 8th inning, Cleveland leads Detroit 8-7. Oscar Mercado has hit his 5th home run for the Indians, and Victor Reyes has gone 3 for 4. We just saw him. Twins lead the Royals 5-0. They're in the 5th. Murphy takes the pitch outside, 3 balls and a strike. Max Kepler has hit his 6th home run of the season for the Twins. Ryan McMahon is waiting on deck. 3-1 Astros lead the Mariners. They're in the 5th inning. As there's a pitch outside, another leadoff walk for Daniel Murphy leads things off here in the 5th. 2nd inning, 2-0 A's lead the Blue Jays. That game just getting underway. Ryan McMahon will be the batter once more. Flied out his first time up. That was in the 2nd inning, 258 with 11 home runs overall, as Dinger tries to get the crowd on its feet and excited, looking for the Rockies to open scoring here in the 5th. They've got their leadoff man on. McMahon takes first pitch strike. 27 runs batted in on the year, ranks 2nd in the Rockies for Ryan McMahon, behind Nolan Arenado's first place 31. White Sox and Giants are underway. That's a scoreless ball game. Interleague action. Hopefully the White Sox do to the Giants what they did to the Rockies. There's a swing and a foul out of play, 0-2 on Ryan McMahon. That just did not seem fair, the way that offense would put on a clinic against Colorado pitching. Ray looks over his shoulder, delivers an 0-2, and it's a check swing and a pitch high, appeal to third, and McMahon held up. He will live to see another pitch. And swing and a miss, he got him on strikes. That now is the 5th strikeout of the day for Sonny Gray, who's really got the breaking ball going. All his pitches are going today. Raimel Tapia, the batter. He's 0 for 1. First pitch is swung on and missed. Curveball misses Tapia's bat. Ground out his first time up, grounded into a double-plated Tapia. 163 on the year, a 229 on base percentage. OPS just over the 400 mark. Really scuffling to start the year is Raimel Tapia. 0-1 is taken outside. Does have a double in his last 6 games, so Tapia's actually looked a little bit better as of late. Getting the opportunity to maybe start a little bit more consistently. He swings and skies one towards right field. That one's going to hook foul towards the seats. Out of play. 1-2 the count on Raimel Tapia. That one misses down and in. Count evens at 2. Tony Wolters waiting on deck. And Tapia gets aboard for him. 2-2 pitch is taken high. Full count now. Wolters batting 184 on the year. Daniel Murphy still at first base, hoping the Rockies can make good on his leadoff walk. And the 3-2 is low ball 4. He walked him. Tapia draws the base on balls. And Rockies get a runner in scoring position. Visit to the mound from Derek Johnson, the Reds pitching coach, former college coach for Sonny Gray. Tim Collins has started to throw in the Rockies bullpen now. Tony Wolters, 2 men on. First pitch is taken outside, ball 1. Again, we mentioned the one area where Gray may have struggled a little bit last year was in terms of walks. Certainly no elite numbers there. The next pitch will be his 69th of the day. And Wolters takes a pitch outside, 2-0. The pitcher, John Gray, waiting on deck. And then the Rockies will hopefully get things to turn on over for David Dahl in the top of the order for the Rockies. Gray looks towards second base, delivers a 2-0, and that's swung on and missed. Wolters might have swung at ball 3 there. As you can see, Tim Collins has begun to throw in the Rocks bullpen. Collins yet to appear at Coors Field yet this year. Just a couple pitching appearances in Philly. Getting called up with Scott Ober being placed on the injured list. Wolters takes a pitch up and in. 3 balls and a strike as Gray starting to fight it with his command just a little bit. It's going to be a rough situation with the pitcher due up and the bases loaded, 1 out. But Rockies, well, first they need Wolters to get on base. But if he were to get on base, it would be a rough situation for them. Swing and a miss, and the count goes full. This would be a big second out for Sonny Gray to get. This is his first real struggle of the ball game. First real stressful pitches here in the 5th. Looks towards second base and delivers. A swing and a ground ball pulled foul. Wolters stays alive. And the payoff pitch is outside, ball 4. He walked him. Bases loaded with 1 out now for the pitcher, John Gray. He has a home run in his career. Next pitch will be the 75th of the day for Sonny Gray, and it's tough to say if it would be a bunting situation. We're actually going to have a pinch hitter. Bud Black does not want to waste this opportunity for some offense. Chris Owings is going to pinch hit. So 5 innings of work for John Gray today, gives up 3 runs. First pitch to Chris Owings is going to miss outside. And a really rough inning so far. 23 pitches, 14 have missed the zone for Sonny Gray. Cruised through the first 4 innings. 1-0 pitch to Owings is going to miss low and away, 2-0. 3-0 Reds after the 3-run home run by Freddy Galvis. And Rockies trying to answer back here in the bottom of the 5th. They've got a bases loaded 1-out situation, and it's a 2-0 count on Chris Owings. To a pitch is swung on and popped foul and over the screen. Owings is getting a pitch to his liking there. And a 2-1 delivery is swung on and missed for strike 2. This would be a huge out number 2 if Gray can get it. The only Gray remaining in this ball game. 2-2 pitch is taken down and in full count. No place to put Chris Owings with David Dahl waiting on deck. Full count. Gray comes set, looks towards second base, delivers a full count pitch, and it's low, ball 4. He walked in, bases loaded walk to the pinch hitter Chris Owings. Daniel Murphy will trot home, and the Rockies are on the board 3-1. Still bases loaded with one out now for David Dahl. Dahl is 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout and a ground out. 2 hits yesterday, one of those a home run, had 3 runs batted in. Gray's first pitch to Dahl is taken outside, ball 1. Let's set the situation for you. Toppy on third, Wolters on second, Owings on first. And it's a 1-0 count on David Dahl with 1 out. The pitch is swung on and chopped foul. The 1-1 is in there for a strike. 1-2 the count now. Swinging a ground ball, hit sliding, a stop by Votto. He goes to second for the force, back to first, is not going to be in time. A run will score. RBI ground into a force out for David Dahl. Toppy crosses the dish. Now we've got ourselves a 1-run ball game. It's 3-2 Reds. It's a nice sliding stop by Votto. And Dahl, good enough speed to beat things out. Trevor Story will be the batter. Still a couple runners on, 1 at third base. And 2 outs now. Strikeout and a ground out on the 0 for 2 day for Story. A slash on the year while he's batting .275, a .348 on base percentage. And I can't do the math to get that OPS of .897, but he's slugging over 500. We'll put it at that. First pitch from Gray to Story is taken inside, ball 1. 130 career home runs across parts of 4 seasons, all with the Rockies for Trevor Story. And he takes a strike, 1-1 the count. One pitch is in there, and now it's 1-2 on Trevor Story with 2 outs. 2 runs have crossed the dish here in the 5th for the Rockies. It's a 3-2 Reds lead. The pitch is way inside. 92-mile-an-hour fastball, too close for comfort for Trevor Story. Looking over his shoulder is Gray. 2-2 pitch is swung on and grounded towards the second baseman. Senzel throws to first, and that'll retire the side. Rockies do get a couple runs the first time they really get anything going against Sonny Gray. It's 3-2 Reds after 5 innings of play.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Rockies, number 63,
Tim Collins, new pitcher for the Rockies, as James Pazos warming up in the bullpen. Eugenio Suarez will lead things off. Tim Collins, first appearance at Coors Field this year. First pitch misses low. Suarez, a trade maybe the Detroit Tigers, who we saw in the last few games of the road trip, might be regretting that deal to send Suarez over to the Reds, where he's really blossomed into one of the better players in the game. 1-0 pitch is going to miss outside. 3-2 Reds. Suarez traded for Alfredo Simon, was one of the pieces in that deal. Simon has a very lengthy criminal history, and he did not pitch well for the Tigers, no longer pitching in the major leagues. Joey Votto is waiting on deck, as it is 3-0 on Suarez. The pitch is in there for a called strike. Rockies getting a couple runs back there in the bottom of the 5th. Collins trying to keep it scoreless here in the 6th, and he delivers a pitch inside. That's a leadoff walk to Eugenio Suarez. And a runner will be on for Joey Votto. Jairo Diaz has now joined James Pazos, so there is double barrel action in the Rockies bullpen. Votto 0 for 2 today. First pitch from Collins, lefty on lefty matchup is taken outside. There's Diaz, the righty on your left, and Pazos, the lefty on your right. From the viewer perspective, they're in their correct parallel alignments when you look from the pitcher's point of view. Swing and a miss, 1 ball, 1 strike. Votto, in the twilight years of his career, looks like he may be past his prime. Still can put up some very good on-base numbers for you. Pitch misses somewhere. Evidently, the home plate umpire thought it was just a bit onside. Now it's a hitter's count on Joey Votto. Collins' pitch is swung on and grounded weakly back to the mound. We'll see if he tries for 2. No, he'll think better of it and just get Votto at first base. Suarez advances to second, and there's 1 out. Tucker Barnhart, the batter, 1 for 2, singled and scored earlier. Having a really nice start to his 2020 campaign with the Reds. There's a strike. Barnhart also batting a whopping .400 with runners in the scoring position on the year. And we saw Kurt Casale is doing pretty good for himself in the backup catcher's role. We saw him yesterday get a couple hits. There's a swing and a ground ball to third base. Arenado throws to first. That's out number 2 as Suarez holds up at second. And that'll leave it up to Freddy Galvis. He has had one heck of a series. 1 for 2 with a homer today. Homered twice yesterday. And he is the reason that the Reds are winning this game and also that they won yesterday's game, as the Rockies fought back from an 11-0 deficit to finally end up losing 12-11. A go-ahead home run for an extension of the lead, I should say, from Freddy Galvis. Sorry, got that to be a 12-11 final for the Reds, winning yesterday's ball game. First pitch from Collins is taken for a strike. Galvis only batting .111 with runners in the scoring position on the year. He came in with 2 home runs. Now he's at 5. There's a pitch outside, so he must like something about either hitting at Coors Field or the pitchers he has faced. Homering off Chichi Gonzalez, Jairo Diaz, and John Gray. Pitch high. Hitters count on Freddy Galvis. Don't like to see those against who has been the hottest hitter in this series. 2-1 pitch from Collins is in there for a called strike. Collins pitched very well at AAA before getting his call up. ERA comfortably below 2. It was at 186. 2-2 pitch to Galvis is going to miss low. Full count. Derek Dietrich is waiting on deck. And the 3-2 pitch is swung on and grounded, weakly foul. Three-two delivery is swung on and sliding stop by Arenado. Long throw to first, and he will make the play. Nice play by Nolan Arenado. And that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Blackman, Arenado, Murphy. That's a good 3 hitters due up to try to get the Rockies to at least tie this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
We have a new pitcher for Cincinnati. His name is Michael Lorenz, and he's really struggled to start the year. 13 in the third innings, 13 strikeouts, 6 walks, 7.43 ERA. He's given up a ton of hits. 3.13 average against righties, 3.53 against lefties, so it doesn't really matter. Both sides of the plate have been hitting him well. Charlie Blackmon, 1 for 2. He doubled back in the first inning, first hit of the day for the Rockies. And he will lead things off against Michael Lorenzen here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch is swung on and lined. Diving play and throwing it away is Senzel. Blackmon, however, will stay put at first base. as over to corral it is the catcher Barnhart. Senzel making an error on a nice initial play to get that ball in the shift, but the throw was just way over the head of Joey Votto, so Blackman will reach on the error to kick things off. Nolan Arenado, the batter, 0 for 2 strikeout into ground out. Rysel Iglesias and Robert Stevenson both warming up in the bullpen for the Reds. They both struggled yesterday. Reds bullpen has not done them any favors in this series. First pitch to Nolan Arenado is swung on and pulled foul. Arenado has struggled in his career against Lorenzen, only 1 for 9 with a handful of strikeouts. Lorenzen comes set, looks over his shoulder where Blackman is, delivers an 0-1 to Arenado, and it's low and away. There's Iglesias and Stevenson, a couple of righties up in the Reds bullpen. And the 1-1 is going to miss inside. Hitters count now on Nolan Arenado. A place few pitchers would like to go. The 2-1 is swung on and missed for strike 2. Blackman reaching on the error by Nick Senzel, the second baseman, to start off the bottom of the 6th. 2-2 is the count on the 0-2 Nolan Arenado today. He swings and skies one towards right field. That will be run down for out number 1. Derek Dietrich making the catch. Daniel Murphy, he's had a good day at the plate. Walked a couple times, leading off the 2nd, leading off the 5th. He will get to bat with a runner aboard here in the 6th, 283 on the year. No official at bat yet today for Daniel Murphy, just a couple plate appearances. He swings and slashes one off the glove of the 3rd baseman Suarez, and reaching is Murphy. We'll see how they score that one. It was not an easy play. That'll be an infield single for Daniel Murphy. A couple Rockies aboard here. Now the tying run is in scoring position. Go-ahead run on base for Ryan McMahon. He's 0 for 2 today. And first pitch misses inside, ball 1. McMahon strikeout and a flyout. That was a 99-mile-an-hour fastball from Lorenzen to the 574 slugging McMahon. The 1-0 is swung on and hit towards third base. Chance for Suarez. Tags the runner 1, goes to second, and not in time. Not sure if he would have had a better chance of throwing to first. If he had just gone to second instead of trying to tag the runner, he might have been able to turn a double play there, but to no avail. Raimel Tapia, 0 for 1 today, will bat. Lorenzen's first pitch to him is taken in the dirt. Ball gets away, and runners are going to advance to 2nd and 3rd. Murphy and McMahon on the wild pitch from Lorenzen. Couple runners in the scoring position now for Raimel Tapia, and he could use a hit. The 1-0 is swung on and missed for strike 1. And that one's high. Hitters count now on Raimel Tapia. That 99-mile-an-hour fastball misses. Lots of good velocity numbers from Lorenzen today. Just trying to get out of this without allowing a run. Runners in 2nd and 3rd. Pitch to Tapia is taken outside. 3 balls into strike now. Tony Walters is waiting on deck as the sun sets here in Denver. Lorenzen looks towards third. His 3-1 delivery is swung on and chopped. Weakly foul. Full count now on Raimel Tapia. Payoff pitch is swung on and lifted in the air towards right field, towards the line. On the run is Dietrich into the corner, and he will have room to make the catch, and that will retire the side. Good start to the inning for the Rockies, but they cannot get any runs home. We go to the 7th. Derek Dietrich will lead off. Double switch time for Rockies manager Bud Black as we kick off the 7th inning. New pitcher will be Jairo Diaz, really fighting it as of late. 15 and a third inning, 17 strikeouts and 12 walks, 368 average against lefties. He gave up a homer to Freddy Galvis yesterday. Garrett Hampson's going to take over at second base. And Derek Dietrich is 0 for 2 on the day, leading things off here in the 7th against Diaz. Diaz will try to get the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Very light-hitting portion of the lineup for the Reds. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. So Ryan McMahon will sit for the rest of this one. In the 6th spot in the order. High and away, 2-0. Delivery is swung on and missed. 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Diaz. 3-2 Reds. Rockies had a scoring opportunity there in the bottom of the 6th against Lorenzen. Could not bring anyone home. Swing and a miss. And the count evens at 2 on Dietrich. Swing and a miss, he got him on strikes. It's a good start to the 7th inning for Jairo Diaz. Collects a strikeout of Derek Dietrich. Phillip Ervin will be the batter. Carlos Estevez, the righty, James Pazos, the lefty, warming up in the bullpen. I think in the 8th we will see Estevez if the Rockies take the lead, and Pazos if they do not. Ervin 0 for 2 on the day. Close ball game. Rockies have been scoring a lot of runs lately. 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Diaz looking really good today. A slider gets Ervin to flail over the plate, swinging at it for strike 2, and here comes an 0-2 delivery now. Swing and a miss, he got him on strikes, and that is out number 2. First 2 batters do not look good at all against Jairo Diaz. He collects 2 strikeouts.
Number 21, Michael Lorenzen.
The pinch hitter.
Pinch hitting for Cincinnati. Number 33, Jesse.
Maybe Jesse Winker. He played left field yesterday. Got the day off today so far, but he's in there now. 3-10 on the year. First pitch from Diaz is down and in. 310, 3 home runs, 18 runs batted in, and 835 OPS for the talented left fielder for the Cincinnati Reds. Jesse Winker getting the day off today. Phillip Ervin getting in there. Strike on the outside corner, 1-1 now. Another nice location from Jairo Diaz. The 1-1 is just a bit outside. Hitter's count now on Jesse Winker, the pinch hitter. Slider just missed from Diaz. Into his motion. Kicks and fires. Swing and a foul out of play. Diaz one very good pitch away from striking out the side. Gets Dietrich and Ervin to start things off. And Diaz could certainly use a good outing. 2-2 pitch is low and away, full count. Dom Thompson-Williams waiting on deck. He's got his batting average all the way up to .295 with a very good series here at Coors Field. The 3-2 is going to miss low. Ball 4. 2-out walk to Jesse Winker. And the lineup will turn over for Dom Thompson-Williams. Thompson-Williams, the former Mariners farmhand. Jake McGee and James Pazos now up in the bullpen for the Rockies. Thompson Williams 5 for 8 in the series, 2 for 3 with a double and single today. Rockies have not had an easy time getting him out. Thompson Williams and Freddy Galvis, the two real tough outs of this series. First pitch here is going to miss outside, ball 1. Well, Diaz very easily got the first 2 outs of this inning, a couple strikeouts to Dietrich and Irvin. Walk to Winker, and now 1-0 on Thompson Williams. Inside, 2-0. Diaz comes set, delivers, and that one's inside. Now it's 3 balls and no strikes. Nick Senzel waiting on deck. Really fighting it as of late, struggling, is Nick Senzel. Diaz trying to make sure it doesn't even reach as far as him, though. 3-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. Diaz comes set, looks over his shoulder, delivers a 3-1. And that's swung on and lifted in the air towards right field. Blackman's going back on this one. He's going to have to chase it pretty far, and he will make the catch on the track right in front of the wall. 7th inning stretch time, I believe the 8-9 one-hitters do it for the Rockies. Corey Shembry will sing "Take Me Out to the Ballgame" for us, and hopefully will spark the Rockies' offense.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
New pitcher for the Reds, Robert Stevenson, 18th game of the year, struggled in last night's game. 5.17 ERA, 15 2/3 innings pitched, 27 strikeouts, 9 walks. Lefties are hitting .371 against him. And he's going to face the lefty. Tony Wolters drew a walk back in the 5th inning. Pedro Strop and Matt Bowman are warming up in the bullpen for the Reds. We saw Bowman really struggle yesterday as well. You see Garrett Hampson is waiting on deck. He's playing second base, came in on the double switch. Now the pitcher's spot bat 6th in the order. Hampson batting 9th. First pitch to Wolters is taken low and away. Wolters, very good eye at the plate. He can certainly work the count. 1-0 pitch from Stevenson is taken inside, 2-0. Leadoff walk would be a very good thing for the Rockies here. We'll take that base runner any way we can get it. 2-0 from Stevenson is swung on and grounded off the glove of Suarez. Very similar play on the Murphy at bat back in the 6th. That's going to be an infield single to lead things off for Tony Wolters. Nolan Arenado makes those plays, even though I don't disagree with the single. We do have perhaps non-human third baseman, though. Garrett Hampson, 150 on the year. And he will bat with a runner on. He takes first pitch inside, ball 1. Leadoff single, infield single for Tony Wolters. Hampson on the year, 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. Had a 2-run inside the park home run on the couple of road trips ago in San Francisco. Stevenson comes set, and his 1-0 pitch is taken low, 2-0. All the pitches have missed this inning except for the one that was a hit off the bat of Wolters. 2-0 pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. Still is considered a hitter's count at 2-1 on Garrett Hampson, getting his first plate appearance at the ballgame after coming in at second base. 2-1 is inside corner, called strike, count evens at 2. 3-2 Reds. Rockies trying to come right back. This 2-2 pitch is swung on and lined, and a slide, and that is a catch by Thompson Williams. Nice play for out number 1. Wolters will retreat to first base. Thompson Williams has really done it to the Rockies on both sides of the ball this series. Take a look at that one. I thought it might be a trap, but no, that is definitely a clean catch by the center fielder for the Reds. David Dahl will bat now, 0 for 3 on the day, 258 with a 323 on base percentage, 741 OPS. Average and other numbers coming back down now for Dahl after a very good stretch of baseball on the last road trip. And then a very good game yesterday, a couple hits, home run and a double. First pitch misses outside from Stevenson here, ball 1. Dahl and the Rockies could certainly use a hit here. It's in there for a called strike, 1-1 the count. Robert Stevenson trying to work around the leadoff infield single to the catcher Tony Wolters here in the bottom of the 7th. The 1-1. Swung on and skied towards left field. Going back on this one is Irvin. He's got a long way to go. That's over his head, and that's off the wall. Wolters is going to be held wisely at third. And runners on second and third now with 1 out. David Dahl with his 16th double of the year, among the league leaders. He's on a 6-game hitting streak now. Good to see for David Dahl. I believe that's his hottest stretch of the year thus far. And a couple runners in scoring position with 1 out for Trevor Story. This is the part of the order you want to see at the plate. 891 OPS on the year for Trevor Story. 273 with a 346 on base percentage. He is 0 for 3 on the day. Grounded out his last time up. That was in the 5th inning. But you love seeing runners in scoring position for Trevor Story. That's for sure. Very deep Rockies offense this year. They've been hitting for a lot of power. First pitch from Stevenson is taken for a strike. The 0-1 is taken low. 1-1 the count now on the shortstop Trevor Story. Stevenson comes set and delivers. Swung on and grounded towards third base. Off the glove again of Suarez. Will he have time to get Story? He does. That is out number 2. Story doing his best to get down the line, but cannot beat it out. Wolters doing a good job of getting back to third base. Thankfully, the contact play was not on there. Charlie Blackmon, the batter, 2 outs now. Rockies certainly had opportunities the last couple of innings. Blackmon 1 for 3 doubled back in the first inning. Could certainly use a double here, but we're going to have a 4-pitch intentional walk for some reason. I cannot think of why they would be walking Charlie Blackmon to get to Nolan Arenado, but oh well. Set up a force, I suppose. But talk about taking your chances. Arenado is 0 for 3 today. Lined out back in the 6th inning. 1019 OPS on the year, 326. 394 on base percentage. Nolan Arenado. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The Reds and manager David Bell will elect to pitch to Nolan Arenado. First pitch is taken for a strike. 4-10 with runners in scoring position on the year for Nolan Arenado. I guess I understand some of the logic behind it, but why would you ever want to face Nolan Arenado with runners in scoring position? Swing and a miss. Quickly down 0-2 is Arenado. Trying to make me eat my words is Robert Stevenson and the Reds, and David Bell too. Maybe they knew what they were doing. Intentional walk to Charlie Blackman, loads the bases with 2 outs for Nolan Arenado, and here comes a 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him on strikes, and that will retire the side. I guess the Reds knew what they were doing. Robert Stevenson strikes out Nolan Arenado with the bases loaded. We're through 7 innings. It's 3-2 Reds. And another double switch for Bud Black. New pitcher is Carlos Estevez. 23rd game, 20 innings, 4.05 ERA, 26 strikeouts, 5 walks. Righties batting .423 against him. Lefties only 104. Really odd reverse splits.
Now playing right and batting 6. Number 22,
Sam Hilliard is into the game in left field. He's batting 6th in the order now. So the pitcher will be in the 7th spot. Second double switch of the game for Bud Black. Lefty James Pazos is warming up in the bullpen. So remaining on the bench now is Ian Desmond, and is that all? Oh, Elias Diaz, the backup catcher as well. Seen Hampson, Owings, and now Hilliard is in left. End of the day for Raimel Tapia. And really struggling as of late. Final 2 innings will be played by Sam Hilliard. He's also been struggling, but also hasn't gotten as much playing time as hardly anyone. There's a strike, and 2-1 is the count on Nick Senzel. 99-mile-an-hour fastball from Carlos Estevez. The 2-1 is swung on and grounded up the middle. Shortstop Story charging, and he makes the play for out number 1. Nice play by Story to retire the speedy Senzel for out number 1 here in the 8th.
the third baseman, number 7,
Eugenio Suarez will bat, as McGee and Pazos are now both up in the bullpen for the Rockies. 2 walks today, 1 run scored for Eugenio Suarez, only 1 official at bat. He's 0 for 1. First pitch from Estevez is taken just a bit inside. Scores are on baseball. 6-3 Brewers lead the Diamondbacks. Orlando Arcia has hit his first home run of the year. There's a swing and a high fly ball towards center field. Long run for Dahl, but he'll get there to make the catch for out number 2. 4-3 Cardinals lead the Mets.
the first baseman, number 19.
5-1 in the 8th inning. 8-1 in the 5th inning. Dyslexia strikes again. 8-1 Dodgers lead the Padres. Cody Bellinger has hit his 13th home run of the year. Still scoreless between the Giants and White Sox in the 5th. Should have saved some of that offense, White Sox. Joey Votto will bat, swings and grounds one foul. In terms of walks leaders in the NL, Paul Goldschmidt leads, then Bryce Harper. Joey Votto is typically towards the top of those leaderboards. Then there's Juan Soto and Rhys Hoskins of the Phillies. Phillies have certainly been drawing walks. Then Brandon Crawford of the Giants. He was not doing well last time he went to San Francisco. Ground ball weakly back to the mound. Estevez picks it up, throws to first, and that will retire the side. Rockies head to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Murphy, Hilliard, and Tapia due up. So I was incorrect about that double switch. Actually, in right field is where Hilliard is playing. We'll be right back. We're back. And Pedro Strop be the new batter. And unfortunately, this is one of the Reds pitchers who has really done well for himself. 10 2/3 innings, 0.84 ERA, 11 strikeouts, 5 walks, and hardly any hits against him on either side of the plate. Murphy, Hilliard, and Tapia due up. Murphy base hit and a run scored in this game, otherwise 2 walks, so he's been on base all 3 times. He's led off a couple innings, the 2nd and the 5th with walks. We'll see what transpires here. First pitch misses low, ball 1. Strop, former Cub, former Oriole, coming over to the NL Central rivals for the Cubs, the Reds. The Rockies had a lot of opportunities past 2 innings to get a run home, at least 1 run. Daniel Murphy swings and fouls one out of play, 1 ball, 1 strike. And don't want to wait until it's too little too late. That's what the Rockies did yesterday. 1-1 pitch from Strop is swung on and chopped foul. One-two from Strop is swung on and chopped foul. Nearly getting a piece of that one on the swing was the catcher Barnhart. Fifth inning, it's a 2-2 tie between the Blue Jays and Oakland A's. Teoscar Hernandez with his second home run of the year. Daniel Murphy takes the pitch inside. Count evens at 2. Two-two pitch is strike 3 call. He got him on strikes. Murphy must have been looking for something else. That cut fastball gets him for out number 1. And Sam Hilliard will get his first plate appearance of the ball game. He's playing right field, so the pitcher's spot is now in the number 3 spot in the order. Sam Hilliard batting 6th, only 0.67 on the year for Hilliard. He swings and misses. Last game, he struck out 4 times in 6 at-bats. And an 0 for 6 day against the Tigers. So he's really been fighting it. Not a whole lot of playing time to speak of for Hilliard, though. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. Quickly 0-2 on Hilliard. But he certainly looks like a guy who has been very rusty after not receiving a whole lot of playing time. Hilliard has struggled with strikeouts, though, pitch inside, in his minor league career. But we haven't seen anything like this where he just can't buy a hit, it seems. The 1-2 is swung on and fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again. Hilliard, the tall, lengthy right fielder, in there for Blackman now on the double switch. And there's a swing and a line drive pulled foul. Haven't seen that power yet this year from Hilliard. In a brief cup of coffee towards the end of the 2019 campaign, he certainly showed it for the Rockies. Just 1 hit on the year. 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. That's out number 2, and that'll leave it up to Raimel Tapia here in the bottom of the 8th. Tapia could very well use a hit himself. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He is batting under the Mendoza line as well. First pitch is taken down and in. Walked and scored a run earlier, so 240 on base percentage, 159 average, 182 slugging. Did finally get his first extra base hit in that Tigers series. Got a double in a pinch hit roll. 1-0 delivery from Strop is swung on and missed. Strop doing very well for himself in this setup role for the Reds. The Rockies try to avoid going down 2-0. And it's the Reds to start the series. Pitch inside, hitters count on Raimel Tapia. 3-2 Cincinnati here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. Tony Wolters is waiting on deck should Tapia keep things going. Rockies have had plenty of scoring opportunities, especially in recent innings, but have not been able to capitalize. 2-1 pitch to Tapia is outside, 3 balls and a strike. Tony Wolters waiting on deck, 195 on the year. He's had a fairly good day at the plate. Walks and hits. The 3-1 to Tapia is swung on and missed. Count goes full. The 3-2 is going to miss low and away. Good plate appearance for Raimel Tapia. He draws a 2-out walk, and Tony Wolters will be the batter. 1 for 2 on the day, also with that walk we mentioned. Single came back just an inning ago for Tony Wolters off the glove of the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez, for the infield hit. Trying to get back to the Mendoza line with his batting average. First pitch is swung on and lined foul towards the seats. Wolters was ready for that one, it appeared. Rockies have been putting together some lengthy at-bats against Strop at least. This will be the 20th pitch of his 8th inning, and it's inside ball 1. This 1-1 is swung on and fouled the other way. Strop just a strike away from getting out of trouble and sending this game to the 9th now. The 1-2. Way inside that, hit Wolters, and that'll put a couple base runners on with 2 outs for Garrett Hampson. And we're going to have a pitching change. Matt Bowman, he has had one heck of a rough time. He gave up a lot of runs against the Rockies last night. His ERA is 12 in 6 innings, 7.78 against righties. That's a good news for Garrett Hampson, who's about to bat. 4 strikeouts, 4 walks. Hampson lined out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 3 for 21 in the series. That's a 143 batting average as Raisel Iglesias and Lucas Sims start to warm in the Reds bullpen. I can't think of a better pitcher to put in right now for the Rockies than Matt Bowman, swinging a foul out of play by Hampson. 167 on the year in a very small sample with runners in scoring position for Garrett Hampson. Yeah, not often you see that batting average go up against righties, and there's a swing and a foul out of play quickly 0-2 on Hampson, but he came in with a 750 average against righties, did Bowman yesterday, and the Rockies batted around a little bit. Trevor Story homering. 0-2 pitch is swung on and grounded towards second base. 4-6 on the force out. Galvis handles it, and that'll retire the side. So we're through 8 innings. It's 3-2 Reds. Barnhart, Galvis, Dietrich. Rockies will try to keep them off the board and get an opportunity in the bottom of the 9th. James Pazos has been pitching pretty well as of late. He kicks things off in the 9th. 19 games. This is his 20th. 20 innings, 4.50 ERA for Pazos. First batter he will face is Tucker Barnhart. 1 for 3. Single and a run scored. Slugging .433 on the year. Really good batting average for the full-time catcher for the Reds. First pitch from Pazos is taken down and in. 3-2 Reds here in the top of the 9th. All 3 runs coming on a 3-run home run by Freddy Galvis off John Gray. There's a swing and a foul out of play. 2 runs for the Rockies. They've had opportunities in the past 3 innings to score runs, but have not been able to do so. Certainly a much lower scoring affair than yesterday's ball game that ended up being a final of 12-11 in favor of the Reds. Rockies showed they could come back from quite a deficit, but 3 runs is proving a little bit tough today, at least against the Reds. They've thrown out some bullpen arms that have really struggled, at least struggled in the first game of this series, but not so far today. Barnhart skies one towards left. Tapia just comes in a few steps, makes the catch, and that is out number 1.
The batter, number 3, shortstop,
Freddy Galvis will be the batter. Quite a series for him. 3 home runs, 648 OPS on the year. First pitch from Pazos is on its way, and it's called a strike on the inside part of the inside corner. We'll take it. Pazos might have caught a break there. 0-1 pitch on its way. And swing and a miss quickly. 0-2 on Galvis. Big 3-run home run today. It's what has separated the score. And swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Pazos strikes out Galvis on 3 pitches. That's what we need. And there are 2 outs. Pazos will now face Derek Dietrich, trying to send this game quickly to the bottom of the 9th. Pazos on a really good stretch lately. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Dietrich 0 for 3 on the day, not helping out that batting average that was at 194 coming into the game. 167 now, 4 for 24 start to the season. Struck out his last time up against Jairo Diaz, did Dietrich. Rockies bullpen has certainly handled the Reds well today. The only runs coming on that 3-run home run by Freddy Galvis off John Gray. There's a strike. 1-1 now on Dietrich. And that one's going to bounce up to the plate. Hitter's count now on Dietrich. Here comes a 2-1. And it's just a bit inside. 3 balls and a strike. Phillip Ervin is waiting on deck. As Pazos will try to get through the latter portions of the order. That one's not sure where it missed. Maybe a bit inside. Ball 4, 2-out walk to Derek Dietrich's going to put a runner on for Phillip Ervin. Pazos having to throw a couple extra pitches. Ervin is 0 for 3 today. 241 on the year, a 302 on base percentage. Pazos comes set. Looks at first base, where Dietrich is, delivers to Ervin, and it's down and in, ball 1. The 1-0 is swung on and chopped foul. And the 1-1 is way inside. Hitter's count now on Phillip Ervin. Two-one. That's just a bit inside. 3 balls and a strike. The pitcher's spot waiting on deck. 3-1 pitch from Pazos is swung on and grounded foul. Now it's a full count. Well, this has been Kuchner-Kavich along with you. I want to let you know this broadcast from Purple Row is not affiliated with Major League Baseball, MLB The Show, or the Colorado Rockies. 3-2 pitch from Pazos to Ervin is swung on and lined into right field, a base hit. Quickly 2 outs in this inning, but then back-to-back base runners walk for Dietrich, and now a base hit from Ervin. Pitcher's spot is due up. We'll see who takes the plate appearance. Aristides Aquino, Josh Van Meter, Kurt Casale, and Mark Payton are on the bench, I should say. Nicholas Castellanos and Mike Moustakas both on the injured list. Kurt Casale is going to pinch hit the backup catcher. But certainly a couple big bats are missing. There you see Mike Moustakas in the dugout there. He's with the team for the moment, but had a knee injury sliding into home plate yesterday, so placed on the injured list. Kurt Casale, 283 on the year, takes first pitch. Man, I don't know where the umpire thinks some of these pitches are this inning. I can count at least 3 or 4 strikes that I certainly think have been in the zone, according to our strike zone box that Pazos has thrown. That is not helping his cause one bit. 1-0 pitch is swung on and grounded foul. 300 of the runners in scoring position on the year for Kurt Casale. Got a couple hits in yesterday's ball game. Backup catcher made the start yesterday. Pazos looks at second base, fires it in, and that's outside. Hitter's count now on Kurt Casale. 3-2 Reds. Rockies hoping the score stays where it is for the bottom of the 9th. 2-1 pitch is high. 3 balls and a strike now. Dom Thompson-Williams had quite a series. 290 average he's gotten up to now. He's waiting on deck. Should Casale keep things moving? The 3-1 from Pazos is swung on and shot foul. Now it is a full count once more, and Pazos is a strike away from sending this one to the bottom of the 9th. The 3-2, swing and a miss. He got him on strikes, and that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It is 3-2 Reds. Dahl, Story, and the pitcher spot, likely Ian Desmond, will come up in the bottom of the 9th. Lucas Sims has converted 12 of 13 save opportunities, 3.31 ERA, 16 in the third innings, 19 strikeouts, 5 walks, barely any hits allowed this year, 160 average against righties, even less against lefties. David Dahl, 1 for 4, double RBI in this game. He leads things off as the Rockies try to get things going against Sims, who has had a lot of success this year. First pitch to Dahl is a strike. Trevor Story waiting on deck. Then the pitcher spot is James Pazos. He's due up third, but Ian Desmond, Elias Diaz still on the bench for the Rockies. 0-1 pitch to Dahl is taken for a strike in the upper regions of the zone, and it's quickly 0-2 on David Dahl. Sims into his motion windup, and the 0-2 is taken low, ball 1. Rockies trying to avoid losing the first 2 of this 4-game series. 1-2 pitch from Sims is swung on and grounded towards short. Galvis was shifted that way, makes the play for out number 1. and that'll bring up Trevor Story. Homered in the 9th inning of yesterday's ball game, as Lucas Sims is tied for first place with Seth Lugo of the Mets and Sean Doolittle of the Nationals in terms of saves with 12. Dan Winkler of the Cubs has 11. Kirby Yates of the Padres has 10. Then Robbie Erlin of the Pirates, former Padre, has 9. Trevor Story 0 for 4. He has struggled today, and it's not going to get any easier against a guy like Lucas Sims, tied for first place in terms of saves. First pitch, swing and a miss. Slider makes Story look foolish for strike one. You might have noticed the Rockies were not among, did not have any players among the saves leaders. 0-1 pitch coming to Story is taken for a strike quickly. 0-2 on Trevor Story. Wade Davis not able to capitalize early on this year in the closer role. Pitch misses outside. Scott Ober getting hurt, and now Tyler Kinley is getting most of the save opportunities. There will be none for him today. 1-2 pitch is going to miss low. Good eye by Story to take that one. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and chopped foul. Story just getting a piece. We'll see who takes the next at bat. Diaz and Desmond on the bench. 2-2 pitch to Story is swung on and fouled back to the screen. Story doing what he can to stay alive. He timed out that pitch pretty well, fouling it back to the screen. Sims into his motion windup, and the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed to get him on strikes. That's out number 2. Rockies down to their final out. 3-2 Reds.
The pitcher, number 47,
And it's going to be Elias Diaz, not Ian Desmond, to take the at-bat, so Bud Black just must want to get Desmond a full day off. 286 on the year for Diaz. First pitch is taken for a strike. 1 home run, 4 runs batted in on the year, a 755 OPS for Diaz. Has really been hitting well, mostly against lefties this year. Gets to bat against a righty here. The 0-1 delivery from Sims is swung on and missed. Rockies down to their final strike. The 0-2 is just a bit inside, ball 1. Tough to take there from Diaz. Misses inside. Sims kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Can't say the Rockies did not have opportunities today in the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Really squandered a bunch of chances. 3-2 Reds here. Finally take the first 2 games of this 4-game series. And the Rockies fall to a game under the 500 mark. Freddy Galvis, a 3-run home run today, has been responsible for the go-ahead runs in both games of this series so far. Sonny Gray pitches well. And the Rockies will try to return to the 500 mark tomorrow. Pitching did not hurt the Rockies today, just the 3-run home run against John Gray. Gray gets the win, though, while Gray gets the loss. Sonny Gray improves on the year. And Lucas Sims picks up now his league-leading 13th save. So Sonny Gray in the win, 5 innings, 5 strikeouts, also 5 walks. 2 runs on 1 hit. John Gray, 5 innings in the loss. 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts for him. Lucas Sims gets the save, strikes out a couple batters in a 1-2-3 9th inning. Freddy Galvis is the player of the game, 1 for 4 with a 3-run home run. Dom Thompson-Williams has had a heck of a series, 2 for 4 with a double. Tucker Barnhart goes 1 for 4 with a run scored. Eugenio Suarez draws a couple walks, otherwise 0 for 2, he scores a run. Highlights on offense for the Rockies. David Dahl goes 1 for 5 with an RBI double. Charlie Blackmon 1 for 3 with a double. 0 for 2 with a run scored on a walk for Raimel Tapia. 1 for 2 with a walk for Tony Wolters. And that is your ball game. 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Reds. 2 runs, 4 hits on 1 error for the Rockies. Rockies' only hope now is a sweep of this series. We'll see what happens in the final 2 games of this series. It will not be broadcast for you. We'll have updates on purplerow.com. And thank you for tuning in.